Welcome back. You're watching our continuing coverage of an epoch-making India Today impact investigation. The Hurriyat truth tapes. 7 Hurriyat terrorists arrested by the NIA will be presented before a Delhi court today. I want to show you all that's happened so far, with the NIA keeping a very stunned silence, very quiet, creeping in and then quickly arresting these 7 Hurriyat terrorists, and also sending out word very clearly that Yasin Malik, Mirwais Umar Farooq and Syed Ali Shah Gilani will be summoned next. This is the big India Today impact we're tracking this morning.
ये बताइए 2016 का जो अनरेस्ट रहा है, पूरे 5-6 महीने जो है आपका कार्डर भी उस अनरेस्ट में रहा है। हाँ, आप लोग शामिल सब कर रहे हैं। कहाँ से? वहाँ से। अब मैं नाम नहीं दूँगा ना। पाकिस्तान से जी? अरे वो बताया। और वो भी चाहते हैं यहाँ। कहाँ पाकिस्तान से? अरे बोलते हैं वो भी नहीं चाहते कि यहाँ थोड़ा मरे हालात।
On May 16, 2017, you heard this man Bitta Karate confess on India Today cameras that they got funds to fuel unrest in the Kashmir Valley from Pakistan.
गिलानी साहब किसके टच में पाकिस्तान में?
गिलानी की जमात इस्लामी वहाँ है और फिर एजेंसियाँ भी हैं।
हाफिज सईद के कोई टच में है? इनमें से कोई?
गिलानी साहब थोड़ा सा रहा है, थोड़ा सा उनके साथ थोड़ा सा।
On the same day, we also showed you this man, Naeem Khan of the Hurriyat's Gilani faction, posting on camera about the Hurriyat terror links. And now, after the explosive sting and extensive reportage, comes the mega breakthrough. The biggest ever crackdown on the villains of the valley. 7 separatists, including the exposed Bitta Karate and Naeem Khan, arrested by the National Investigation Agency. Among the arrested is also Altaf Fantoosh, Syed Ali Shah Gilani's son-in-law.
We have made 7 arrests today. 6 persons have been arrested in Srinagar, 1 in Delhi. We had been collecting information on these terror activities which were being funded from across the border, as well as this sting operation. So whatever information was collected, we had registered a PE, which was soon converted into a regular case, and then wide-ranging searches were conducted at Srinagar, Jammu.
The NIA used the India Today sting operation to build their case against the separatists. The charges against the separatists include criminal conspiracy, attempting to wage war, committing acts of terror, raising funds to fuel terror and unrest, and also being a part of terror groups. Arrested in Srinagar, the separatists were brought to Delhi to be produced in Patiala House Court on Tuesday.
और ये चलता रहेगा सिलसिला जब तक ये पूरा आतंकवाद या अलगाववाद इसमें हमें अंकुश लगाना ही पड़ेगा, ये तब तक कार्रवाई चलती रहेगी.
One, I would congratulate your channel. I mean, it was a very constructive action taken by you, and in the national interest. And this will also serve as vital evidence against these people who are in receipt of payoffs from Pakistan, from the ISI.
The backbone of the Hurriyat conference smashed by the India Today sting operation. And this is just the beginning. The NIA claims bigger fish, including Syed Ali Shah Gilani and Mirwais Umar Farooq, may not be out of the net for long.
The arrests which have been made have been made on the basis of evidence which has come on record.
Burning schools, fueling unrest, these separatists have for long held the valley hostage. Their fall has just begun. With Kamaljit Kaur Sandhu, Shujaul Haq, Ashutosh Mishra and Anandya Banerjee, Bureau Report, India Today.
Massive impact of this India Today investigation. The focus now is on what happens in court. Meetu Jain, you've been speaking to NIA officials who are on this investigation. What are they telling you about the specific details of the information and evidence they have against each of the 7 accused who've been arrested?
Well, the first thing is, what we are being told is that the people who have been arrested, essentially 4 of them are extremely close to Gilani. One of them, of course, as we know, is the son-in-law of Gilani, and the others are close to people like the Hurriyat chief, the Mirwais. The point what that we are being told is that these 4 or 5 people that we are talking about were really the fulcrum of all terror activities that were taking place within the valley, and officials that we have been speaking to here in Srinagar, they tell us that whether it is getting cash from across the border from Pakistan, whether it is taking instructions from them, whether it is raising the ISIS flag or the Pakistani flag, or giving money to the stone pelters, these were the people who were really behind it. The interesting thing is that most of them not only have a lot of criminal cases against them, the interesting thing is that they've also managed to feather their nests very, very nicely over the years with all this funding that has been coming in from Pakistan. Essentially, of course, what we also understand is that in the days to come, when they are questioned and the interrogation net, so to say, widens, we will also be getting a lot more information about the kind of funding that the other leaders, especially of the Hurriyat leaders, have been getting in the valley.
Okay, that's the critical question, Kamaljeet. Mirwais Farooq, Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, and also Yasin Malik. You broke yesterday the story of how they will be summoned as well. Do we know how soon will they be summoned? And what's the kind of evidence the NIA has been able to gather against the big fish, the most known faces of Hurriyat terrorism? Kamaljeet? Kamaljeet, can you hear me?
Well, yes, that's the crux. We've been... Rahul, I can hear you if you can hear me. The fact is that the NIA says that the NIA tried to, the separatists tried to send some overtures when they were conducting raids. That's the time they were soft peddling. They were saying, please go soft on the people. They were trying to influence from other aspects also, whether it is with talks with the centre or the state government. There is a segment of Hurriyat which wanted to reach out. They wanted the government to go slow on them. But sources in the NIA clearly telling us that they do not have a mandate. They went as per the investigation. The NIA does hold a lot of credibility in Kashmir Valley. Remember that case where 2 Pakistani boys, the boys from POK, who were led off by the NIA, they were found innocent in the Uri terror case, and that actually increased the credibility of the NIA in the Kashmir Valley. The 2011 case is also a point-in case where Ghulam Mohammad Bhatt, along with 3 other accused, have been arrested, charge-sheeted and arrested. That's the case which also named Ayaz Akbar, the Tehreek-e-Hurriyat spokesperson. It also named Naeem Khan and the others, but the arrest was not made then. But
point, and I want to put that question to Nasir Hussain from the Congress. That's correct, Kamaljeet, because all of this could have been done in 2011. Nasir Hussain, if the UPA government at that time had shown any courage and conviction, this could have been done in 2011. You had a similar starting point for an investigation. Like the India Today expose provided the NIA with a starting point at that time with that person arrested outside the Pakistan High Commission. Your government too had a starting point and you let it go. You simply didn't crack down on these Hurriyat terrorists, which is why Kashmir continued to burn for 6 years after that. You lost your opportunity. You wasted it.
Rahul, you have given me an opportunity after 40 minutes of debate. So give me a couple of minutes time. I want to respond to what all the other panelists have said, and also want to answer your question. First, let me tell you I am glad that the present government of centre, after 3 years of taking charge, has at last acted, that too on a sting operation done by India Today channel. I am glad that India Today has done this and the government has acted on this. But what amazes me is, it took 3 years for the present government, and it took more than 200...
don't give me these inanities, Nasir Hussain. 1 second. I'm not here to listen to some spiel from you early in the morning. I'm asking you a direct and specific question. You will answer my question. No, 1 second. Look at what they've done. I'm not interested in these inanities. You are not answering my question. I'm asking you this. Nasir Hussain, I'm asking you this. Your government had a similar opportunity in 2011. You did nothing about it.
I have to respond to others. Nobody.
Why don't you answer the question that I'm asking you? You're asking questions of the BJP. I will do that. You answer the question I'm asking you.
I'll answer the question. I'll answer the questions also. I'm answering the question also. I'll answer the question. See, if the other panelists say something on your channel and get away with that, and you don't want the Congress to respond to that.
The Congress must respond to what the Congress must answer for. You had this opportunity in 2011, you did nothing about it. That question pinches you, you have no answer, and therefore you would rather deflect. Therefore, you'd rather go off on a tangent. If you have an answer, let me listen to it.
You don't take stand. I have an answer.
Let's listen to it.
I have an answer. Let me respond to others also. It is not that. No, you have to listen to me. I will respond to others and answer your answer.
You've taken up 2 minutes. Nasir Hussain, don't waste my time. I don't like this. I'm asking you a straight question. Answer my question first. You clearly have no answer to it. You're trying to browbeat. You're trying to deflect. You're trying to go off on a tangent. This is not right. I'm asking you a question. After arrest in 2011, your government had a similar opportunity. Why did you do nothing about it?
You are intervening. You are not allowing me to answer. You are not allowing me to answer, Rahul. You yourself are talking. You are not allowing me to answer. You have to look into your own website. What does your website say? UPA gave a free hand to NIA. And what does the official of the NIA states in your website, which is written on your website that UPA gave free hand, and whatever evidence that was there till then, charge sheet was filed only on the basis of that evidence, and had the charge sheet been filed by the NIA, I am not speaking, NIA officially speaking, he says that if charge sheet had been filed against the leaders, then the entire charge sheet would have fall flat. This is your reporting, this is not my reporting.
No, but there's a difference, you know. Again, you're quoting selectively, which is so mischievous, Nasir Hussain. That's so mischievous what you're trying to do. We're quoting from what we've reported on somebody saying. It doesn't mean that's our view. You're quoting from a story where somebody is being quoted in terms of what he's saying about it. One second. RSN saying, the fact is that the Congress has no clear answer, and therefore he'll go round and round in circles, keep making noise, not just turn that fader down, not answer the question that's being asked. The question is simple. Everything that's being done now could have been done in 2011. They had possibly a stronger case then. They had a stronger point of initiation. The reality is they had no courage in their convictions to follow up. That is the reality, no matter how much noise they make today. RSN Singh. RSN, can you hear me, sir? Okay, give me a moment as I try and fix this, because Sudhanshu Mittal, you're hearing what the Congress spokesperson is saying. He says, we investigated, it's the NIA's job to investigate. The government and the political party have very little to do about it. The NIA says we did what we could and they didn't find anything. Now they found, they're asking you instead, why you've taken 3 years, why didn't you do this earlier?
Rahul, I would really not like to comment on what they did in 2011. If they really did what they were supposed to do, then 2014 would not have seen a change of government. So, no point in dwelling into that history. What is critical is how we are dealing with the situation. We are dealing with the situation with great deal of firmness, with great deal of determination that enough is enough. So far, no more, as I said. That the Hurriyat leaders cannot get any more funding from Pakistan. It's very, very clearly established that the funding came from Pakistan, and it's just not just the Hawala. There are very interesting methods also. Undervaluing the exports so that the differential is passed on to the Hurriyat leaders. It's such a phenomenally ingenious methodology they had evolved, which was caught by the NIA during the course of investigation. So as I said, first the operators, the key operators, both in Jammu and Kashmir, in Delhi, elsewhere in the country, Ahmedabad, the key operators have first been hauled up, arrested, and they have gone into the entire network of how the funds were really getting transferred.
And now we're seeing this turn into a tutu meme. The Congress is asking the BJP why they did nothing for 3 years. Do you believe that all of what is being done now could have been done much earlier if previous governments had shown some conviction, some courage to act on the leads that had emerged from their own investigations, like the arrest outside the Pakistan High Commission.
No, I mean, it is there for the people to see. Who am I to comment? But yes, the first time the crackdown in the valley against Hurriyat leaders took place was few months back. And that was no less, I mean, that was a very, very bold decision. And then this is a logical follow-up. But the fact of the matter is, the best thing what has happened in the last few months is that these, these jihadis, I mean the Hurriyat, I call they are no less than the jihadis. They are the, as a linchpin of the terror industry. They have been shorn of their respectability. I mean, if a person is been taking money to wave or spread ISIS flags, you just see this. What sort of freedom fighters are they? So therefore, I have always said that, see, jihad is a tool. Jihad is just a tool. It is a fight for territory. The Pakistanis want your territory. The Chinese are interested in these are their agents. So just this is waging war against the nation. I mean, of course, I mean, the law will take its own course, whether proof is there or not, or how much money came from Pakistan, whether it came through Pakistan embassy or through whom. These are matters of details. As far as I am concerned, they are, they are waging war against the nation, and this has to come to an end. It is as simple as that.
To an end, and that is it. And Nasir Hussain, no matter how much verbal gymnastics you try this morning, you cannot get away from the fact, and no matter how much you question the current government, you can't get away from the fact that this could have been done on your watch. You had a golden opportunity, you did nothing about it.
You don't want to question the current government, Rahul. Your problem is you want to question the opposition.
Nasir Hussain, have you seen our expose from Mosul? I think you've got some tape which you just come with. I don't like this. Did you see our expose from Mosul? Who are we questioning? Are we questioning the opposition there? Are we questioning the current government? Did you say who made the effort of going down to Badush? Who made the effort of going down to Badush? Why do you shout so much? Why can't you speak softly? Can't you have a sensible debate?
I don't know why are you bending.
Do you have a problem in having a sensible debate? Can't you make some sense? Don't shout. Don't shout. Don't tell me how to do journalism. Just answer the question that you're being asked.
You have a problem in not allowing the people to talk. You have a problem with only siding with the government. You are bending to the government.
Hussain, I think you're off. I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know if you saw a Mosul investigation. Did you go down to Badush prison? Did the Congress go down to Badush prison and see whether that jail existed or not? What are you even talking about?
That is your job.
Yes, I'm doing my job, and I don't need a certificate from you or anybody else in your party about how to do my job.
That's why nobody needs a certificate from you also, Rahul. That is your job.
You don't need a certificate, you need to answer my questions, Nasir Hussain. You don't need a certificate from me, you need to answer my question. And my question is, when you had this opportunity in 2011, you did nothing about it. That reality you cannot run away from. This could have been done much earlier. Your government showed no conviction.
Rahul, give me a second. Give me a second. Rahul, give me a second. Rahul, give me a second. See, you allow others to speak. You don't allow me to speak.
Because you keep crying and you don't answer the question. If you were making less noise, talking more substance, I'd allow you to speak.
I am here to defend my party. Rahul. I have to answer him. I have to answer the other panelists also. You don't allow me to speak at all. I am here to defend my party. If some other panelist is speaking,
why don't you answer the question, Nasir Hussain?
I'll have to answer that. If you don't allow me to answer,
you're just going round and round in circles, making a complete fool of yourself. You're not answering the question.
This is not an investigation. This is a debate. This is not an investigation. This is a discussion. This is not an investigation, Rahul. You're not investigating me or my party. It's a debate. I have to answer everyone, the other panelists and you also.
Clearly, this is pointless. I turned this down because I gave you so much of an opportunity. I think our viewers, Nasir Hussain, can see through the game that you're trying to play. This is a stunt. You think you can come on TV, start making noise, and viewers can't see through what you're doing. I think you expose through and through You were asked questions, you were given a fair and adequate opportunity. Nasir Hussain, you had no answers. That's the reality. And in the absence of answers, what do? Resort to noise. That's what other channels do. That's what we don't like. We focus on hard facts. We focus on substance. We focus on thorough journalism. That's what we believe in. That's what we do. This is what we've done. And we don't take sides. We don't care for this government or the last. We ask questions to this government and governments before this. That's the way we believe in doing journalism in the India Today group. And Nasir Hussain, this morning you had no answers and you wasted a lot of time. I'm slipping into a break. We'll have a lot more for you when we come back on the other side. Stay with us.